wife Ann read an article in the Oregonian about the Painted Hills in eastern Oregon. Even though she was born and raised here, she has never been over to see them. What a perfect excuse for a road trip. We loaded up the van and headed east. On the way, we decided to include a visit to the John Day fossil beds.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about snow today.
No, I don't think so.
But there is some snow up there, which is kind of cool.
It is a beautiful drive over Mount Hood to get to eastern Oregon from Portland. The leaves on the east side of the mountain were just starting to change colors. We entered the Ochico National Forest shortly after leaving Prineville.
I think Dad used to drive to Prineville. Ochico seems related to Dad.
John Day Fossil Beds, Painted Hills Unit, 1/2 mile. We're starting to see some of the colors in the hills.
It's interesting how different those stripes are from the red stripes that we just passed. Well, we don't have to worry about too many people.
Welcome to the Oregon Painted Hills. We started our visit at the Painted Cove Nature Trail. 35 million years ago, this area was a river floodplain. As the climate changed to a more tropical setting with wet and dry seasons, reddish and yellowish layers formed. The red soils come from a more tropical period, while the yellows are from a drier and cooler time. The layers are made up of soils rich in iron and aluminum. The darker black soils was vegetable matter that grew along the floodplain. The gray coloring is mudstone, siltstone, and shale. After walking the trail, we headed back to the main overlook area.
The signs made it clear why some pictures have more color or different color or something.
A really odd color, green and yellow.
There where the car's coming.
Yeah, over here.
I wonder if a herd of something went up the hill there. Antelope or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice.
There's a
Viewpoint.
Yeah, viewpoint over here. It was a clear day and we timed our visit just right as the sun was low in the west, making the colors pop.
So half an hour from where we're going?
No. 10 minutes maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, there were people, but it wasn't too bad.
No. Our campsite that night was along Bridge Creek, a few miles south of the Painted Hills. And here's tonight's campsite. The next morning, we continued east, headed for the John Day Fossil Beds. I love the drive through the canyons along U.S. Highway 26.
I assume you're not supposed to pick up some fossils.
Right. Condon Visitor Center.
Yay!
John Day Fossil Beds Sheep Rock Unit. This is a tricky intersection. You gotta make a left turn, you can't see what's coming.
Yeah. That's true coming from Bob's Road, Charmaine, onto Lynn Avenue. Colors aren't as vivid, but there's certainly plenty of paint.
We are stopping at the Thomas Condon Visitor Center. We are at the Thomas Condon Visitor Center at John Day Fossil Beds. This is out in the entry. The Thomas Condon Paleontology and Visitor Center is both a museum and a scientific research facility. There are over 500 fossil specimens from the John Day Fossil Beds on display in the museum. It is divided into sections showing different ecosystems that existed in the area. Murals depict the environments in which these plants and animals lived. It is hard to imagine that this high desert area was once a river floodplain with lush forests, prehistoric horses, elephants, and saber-toothed tigers. You can watch the scientists working on specimens through the windows into the laboratory and collections area. After exploring the visitor center, we continued east towards John Day.
Gonna walk around in fossil beds, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Walking around in fossil beds is what I thought we were gonna do. The museum is much preferable to walking around in fossil beds. I mean, fossil beds would be very interesting if you were a paleontologist or a geologist.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine that they have very well marked paths. Probably little plaques on the ground saying there for this and there for that.
Right.
It's 11:30. You want to eat lunch?
Sure. It'd be interesting.
Mercantile.
And hot coffee if we drank coffee.
On a whim, we stopped at the restaurant in Dayville. We were surprised at the quantity and quality of the food. The pies were excellent.
Looks like they had a fire over here.
Yep.
After lunch, we continued east towards John Day and then south through the Malheur National Forest to Burns.
This reminds me of Mount Hood. Used to be.
A little bit.
Pardon?
A little bit.
Okay, I'll see you in an hour or so. Where are we headed?
Chickahominy Reservoir.
And how long is that?
You should be there around 3:15, 3:30.
Okay.
You can use PayPal to make a contribution to help support the creation of more videos on this channel. The link is in the description below. At Burns, we turned west and spent the night at the Chickahominy Reservoir west of Riley. The next day it was on to Bend and then back home. I hope you enjoyed sharing our weekend adventure. Thank you for watching.